Hey, how's it going, Skull Foxes? Oh my god, another raid? Alright, I really need to get that, I need to get that, what's it called? That thing fixed up. 'cause I'm totally oblivious. How's it going, everyone? How's the dev today? Yeah, I just started. But yeah, I'm just working on polishing the rest of the chapter here. So we finished up this entire section right here, and now I just want to get to polishing this area right here. It should be a lot quicker since like I already know what I want to do. But yeah, right now I'm just working on the lights here to make them look like, or like just to fix up the transitions between like all of their states. So like this is when it turns on, and then when we go into another checkpoint, it should turn off, which it does, but then the transition from going to the light mode to like this dimmed down version looks a little weird. And if we go back into it, then that happens. So I want to make sure we fix all of that. Oh, I'm glad you like it. It's the streaming background music on Spotify. Here's the playlist. Oh, are you the same person that messaged me before about being disappointed by my stream category? I'm actually thinking to change the name from Afterlife to something else, since I can't believe I didn't notice it before, but there are actually a lot of titles with that name. Okay, so this is what happens now. Oh, okay. So this is from our dimmed down animation, I believe. Do I like the stage play Waiting for Godot? I actually have never seen it. I actually only heard of Waiting for Godot and after using the Godot engine. Oh, this is dimmed down animation. So we're gonna have to make a bunch of transition animations unless I handle it with I mean, we technically could, like, the only thing that I'm doing with this light box sprite here is basically just going from transparent to I guess full here. technically don't need it here, but let's see. Alright, wait, let's run this again. Cool if we could add some sort of if statement to this. I don't think that's possible, but I think what we could actually do is, since the only time we ever need this this sprite here is just once our turning on animation is done, we could just say lightbox.visible is equal to false here. We could also just delete it too. So that's when it turns on, and then we go here. We are going to need another animation for dimming down. So like we have one from going from the dim down state to the regular state there, but then once we go here, it kind of just, you know, immediately goes into this state. So what I think I'll do, dim down animation, light animation turning on. Let's do dimming down.
You missed my call last night. Got me wondering if everything is alright. 솔직히 네 목소리를 듣고 싶었어. Is it a crime if I had lied when I
Thanks, Ray's Yugachi. Alright, so we can get rid of this box here, and we're gonna go from our... Oh, the only thing is we don't know what the current size... I wonder if we... Is there a way to grab current value? If we can grab our current scale instead of setting the scale, maybe that'll fix things up. Go animation player, grab current value. We can set it in our code here. Yeah, I think we can do it. I'm not sure if this will work because we're running it in the same key. Um, maybe we could delay it by like 0.01 seconds. I'm not entirely sure. Let's just try it out, see what happens. Another thing we could possibly do. Let me see here. Oh wait, we'd have to grab this animation too. Hey, how's it going, Golfy? So actually what we could do is before we switch into the dimming down state, we could run this. And where we would put this? We would put this. I guess we could put this at dim down. Do I use GDScript? Yeah, this is GDScript. Wait, let me run this one more time. So go here, and then so instead of playing dim down, this dim down function right now plays the dim down animation. We want it to play the dimming down animation. And then what we'll do here is we'll set current light key, and that should grab the dimming down animation and set the first key to the light here, or our light node size, and then it'll start playing the dimming down animation. So like it should transition perfectly. And then we can get rid of this function here actually. And then after this dimming down animation is done, we will transition to the dim down state. So we could add one more track. Animation playback track. I want to make sure that this doesn't loop here. I will add. You know what we'll just do? We'll send a signal here. That's strange. I think we might have deleted it a while ago. We did. Okay. So over here, animation. Oh no no! Whoa! We accidentally deleted the node here. Just don't save that. Hey, how's it going, Sparky? Oh, hey, how's it going, Chef? Oh, no worries, Chef. Your company. Always appreciate your company, but you know, no one's required to be here. What am I working on? So right now I'm just working on making these lights transition to different states. So like right now we're going from. Here, I'll just play the scene real quick. Sparky, I actually don't know. Well, I'll figure it out. Maybe I'll figure it out during this stream. Okay, set current animation. Var anim is equal get animation in base null. Oh, okay. It should be animation player. And then let's go back here. Let's connect this. Animation finished. If anim name is equal to okay, so our dimming down animation, I don't think we actually set any values for it, but let's see. We go from 0.07 to 0.05, and then in our, oh wait, no. This is our dimming down. This is dimmed down. We go from 0.05. So we actually want to delete this. Oh wait, no. Whoops. We go to 0.05, which is what our value is here. Okay, yeah, I think this is correct. Can you send me the updated file sheet? What does that include? I feel like you sent me everything that's updated, at least for now. Okay, so this feels like that, and then if we go into another, whoop, we crashed here. Light2D dot size does not exist. Non-existent function size. Is it dot? Oh, I think it's just that. Not sure you already know, but it's not recommended to get Node every time you want to use it. Are you saying not to use the $ node, or I should be using it more? You saying I should have like a reference to it instead? Or are you saying not to use the function get node? I was thinking after like I published the like finalized demo and everything, that I'm gonna finally like start refactoring everything, like going from the beginning. I might even make a new project entirely and just make sure that everything like I don't know how long that'll take, but I might do that just so that we can have like a clean slate. Just because I know there are a lot of things that I've done inefficiently. I see, I see. So like make so you're saying like do something like var animation player or on ready. Something like that. Is the fact that I'm using animation player in a like creating a new variable from animation player the issue, or like would it be fine? Like gotcha, gotcha. I see. I see. Okay. Yeah, I've never had any issues with like performance, but you're definitely right. Especially since I will be calling it like a lot here. I actually didn't know that. I do use dollar sign a lot. So it's actually I didn't know that. So it's like searching for this node every time I set this. I'm looking for. I'm trying to set this to false. That would make sense. Um, yeah, we'll fix that later. I see. I see. Okay. So yeah, that's definitely something I'm going to uh fix after refactor everything. Cause yeah, I use that everywhere, especially in my player. Yeah, then that's gonna make our code so much longer too. All right. What were we trying to do? I don't know if we made the correct transition just yet. Oh yeah, we weren't able to grab the size. The size here. Let me try it one more time. Non-existent function get size in base light 2D. Oh, it's scale. All right, so I think it is grabbing the correct size here. Yeah, okay. And after that's done, on animation player finished, dim down. I think we're still repeating this here. There we go. And if we come back, yeah, that sounds like a great idea, Sparky. I definitely want to, like, I've been actually looking at better ways to manage the project. And that includes, like, we talked about this too, is like including like a game design document, which I'm still in the process of making. But yeah, having goals and stuff. I plan on releasing a new demo every Friday. So like, yeah, today I'm gonna hopefully. I don't think I'm gonna finish the design of each of these rooms, but there are some fixes that we made compared to the last update. So yeah, I'll include that. And there's one other thing that I might do today, and that's the fudging. Like, there's this mechanic called fudging, which is like, basically if you dash upwards, sometimes you'll collide with like another tile right here. And someone in my server was helping me with that. So basically, you know, like right now I'm dashing upwards, but I'm getting caught right there. It would be nice to have it so that when you do dash up, it would move the player a few pixels to the right so that we're not colliding with it. And the way we do that is just by putting a raycast on top of the player. I think we're going to fix these raycasts too. But basically, there's going to be a raycast going straight up. And if that raycast isn't hitting a tile, we'll move our player to the right a few pixels. What am I using for the game design doc? I just found something online. I can send you a link. It's just a PDF, well, a Google Doc that has like, you know, sections for you to fill out. Here, let me see if I could find it real quick. It's pretty basic, but I think it'll get the job done. So I found it. I found one where I fill it all in. So Yeah, I do use Trello. Not as much as I'd like though. It would be great to. I feel like once we actually have the Kickstart, like once we're in full development, I think that's when we're gonna start using it a whole lot more. But right now, it's really just been me working on the game and Sparky. It's been pretty quiet lately. All right, let's make a copy of this and I'll send this over. For anyone that's interested, there might be better templates. You just have to find it. But this one I think works well for us, and it tackles other things like I think it does like your marketing plan, stuff like that, monetization, platforms, core loops, stuff like that. But yeah, I've been using Trello for a while now. I use it for my other Discord too, for like game jam themes and stuff like that. All right. So yeah, I think we have our lamps working. There is one transition animation that we might want to add as well. Let me see. Go from there. Come back here. Dims down. Yeah, I mean, we could technically make a transition from this little, like, it might be hard to see on the stream, but the texture here is different from when we collide with it, and it immediately switches to that. It's not a big deal. Can I send it again? Yep. Did the link not work? That's just the template. That's not for the game. For Afterlife. I could send you the one for Afterlife once it's done. Yeah, I should put it on the Discord actually. For anyone else that's interested. I think for the rest of this stream, we're gonna work on some like designing some of these rooms, and then if I'm feeling like it, maybe I'll add the fudging as well. That part's probably gonna take a little while, but it should be fun. Let's see what we can do here. Is that my name on the right? Yes, that is my name. I'm not too, I'm not too careful about hiding my identity, I guess. Keep it a secret between you and me, Chev. Hopefully no one else notices. But I mean, if anyone wanted to find out my name, they could. It's literally in the credits and stuff. Yeah, I don't mind either. The only time that I do mind is there are like moments where I'm like super paranoid, or like I'll get super paranoid about my identity, and that's when like strange people start messaging you online. Like I don't know, especially on the solo development like subreddit and Discord. Sometimes like I don't know, because it's like because I'm always on the top there, I feel like people click on my name a whole lot more, and then they'll like start looking into me, and then like with that, the only people I don't know why, but the only people that tend to look at me are people that are kind of weird. And so like I don't know, sometimes I mean I'll get people that are like, you know, from Russia. I mean, there's nothing wrong with Russia. I'm Russian too, but like sometimes they'll send me some strange messages, and they're like, "Hey, what's your name? How can I help you? Can you give me admin?" And like, it's just weird. So yeah, that's the only like time it like bugs me. But like usually I'm pretty fine with it. Wait, you're Russian? I'm part Russian. Yeah. I'm a very strange mix of different races. I'm Russian, I'm Dominican, and I'm Chinese. Or my parents are. Yeah, I'm a salad. I'm a mixing bowl. So I'm not sure what we could do here for our living area. We could do something like that. So I have for anyone interested, I have a controversial conversation. I have a controversial conversation I could bring up today, and that's someone. You might have seen him, Sparky. There's this person who recently left the Afterlife server. He helped with the art originally. It was like he made all of the furniture assets before, like these here. He was a really great, like really helpful, and he's on the solo development server, or he was, and he also he's on the subreddit too sometimes. And he sent me a message the other day, and he said that I shouldn't have brought up his identity. Well, I didn't really, but like, yeah, it was a strange interaction yesterday. He messaged me saying that my lack of communication and honesty has I guess deterred him away from working with me. Well, here's what he said exactly. He said he's extremely disappointed with my lack of honesty and communication. Which was strange because I try to communicate as much as possible, especially with like Afterlife, or as much as I can. And yeah, he sent me that the other day, or yesterday, which was strange because I'm usually the one trying to contact him. Or like I try to just be active on the server as much as I can. Just like, I'll send updates on like what's happening and stuff like that. And yeah, he sent me that, and it was kind of like, I don't know. It kind of hurt because like I thought I was doing a good job with communication with everyone, like even with you, Sparky, and like with other people. And yeah, I got that message, and it made me rethink. Like, hey, I didn't do any game dev yesterday because I was like, is there something I need to do to like fix up what I'm doing? So yeah, that's what actually brought up the idea of like I want to fix up the approach to the project. And like make more updates, make more, communicate more with people, stuff like that. But yeah, it's hard to wear all the hats. But yeah, I was a little confused by what he said because I did try contacting him a bunch. But then, and like like he ignored me after that. Like I sent him a bunch of messages, and I mean I tried to end it off in a good note. I told him like, hey, at first I was a little defensive about it. I was like, hey, you've been ghosting me. What are you talking about? But then after like, that was like my first message, but then my second message was something along the lines of like, hey, if I did something wrong, at least like tell me what I did. Because I don't ever try to be, like dishonest in any way. Like I try to be as transparent as possible. So yeah, I apologized if there was some sort of miscommunication or anything like that. And then I ended it off with like, good luck with your endeavors and stuff like that. But yeah, he hasn't messaged me back, and I don't think he'll ever come back. But yeah, it was strange. Through text, I could definitely improve. Yeah, you might be right about that. It's hard to make this into a kitchen. Let me add some more of these assets here. Thanks, Sparky. Yeah, I tried to be. But yeah, it did hurt me a little bit. I was like, damn, like what am I doing? So yeah, I like after that I looked up like how to well, I posted it on another Discord, like some Discord that I'm sort of anonymous in, but it's more about like it's not related to game dev at all. It's more about like philosophy and stuff. And I messaged them and I told them like I told them exactly what happened, and then they kind of like reassured me that I was doing everything fine, or like why can't I edit? Okay, there we go. They sent me a bunch of links about like how to approach things in the quote-unquote correct manner, and it's like as like this is I don't want to assume any like leader position. I know I have to, but like I don't want to act as a leader. Like I don't want to tell people, hey, like this is what you should do, like as if I'm on some sort of high horse. But I guess there is some responsibility when you're like leading a project, and there's certain things that you have to do, and take responsibility. Make sure if there is something wrong that you're trying to do something about it, stuff like that. So yeah, like yesterday I didn't do any game dev. I was just like researching into what I should be doing to improve myself. Careful Undertale OST. This is playing on the streaming. Streaming. I'll change it just in
point. I
case.
found marijuana in the house.
I'm paranoid about
Well, I
that.
never thought of myself as the type of father who'd have to drug test his kids. I'm willing to do just that if that's what it takes to find out who brought a joint into this house.
Dad, Lucy found something too.
Dad, I found a joint in Mom's dresser drawer.
I mean, I guess it is a learning experience. What happened, and hopefully we can avoid it in the future. I remember looking up, like, this was a while ago, but I started questioning. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes there are like some nights where, you know, you get caught up in your own head and you're like, you just get lost in everything. And people say you should communicate more while they are on their way out. Simply ask yourself how well they communicated to you about what they needed for them to stay in the first place. Yeah, they didn't. I don't want to defend myself too much, but yeah, I did try contacting them a bunch, and I mean, it's just from my perspective. I don't want to like send our conversation, like I don't want to invade their privacy, but from my perspective, it seemed like they weren't communicating with me, rather than the other way around. But I will say this. After I sent them that message, I did realize they did send me one message on the Discord, on the server, that I completely missed. They just asked me. I remember posting Sparky's art assets, and he said, "Cool, where did you get these?" And I didn't even see that. So I'm assuming that's where he got that. Like, I guess maybe that was the final straw, but that was also one day. Like, he sent me that message a day after he sent me that that breakup message one day after he sent that message. So I feel like it was yeah, I mean, I guess it was the final straw, but there was a lack of communication there. If I did respond to him, maybe things would have been different, but I did not see that message. And I guess it didn't help that in the feedback section of that server, someone messaged me, and I was pretty active on there, so like he might have saw me talking to other people and not messaging him. But that's still, I feel like it's unfair, because obviously there's always a reason. Like, I messaged him a month back, and he, like, after I messaged him, he responded only 2 weeks later, saying, "Hey," he like quote like, "Hey, I'm back." And then after that, he didn't send anything. And then 2 weeks after that, when I sent Sparky's assets, I don't want to bring up too much drama into this, unless you guys. I guess I'm just filling up the quietness, or like having a topic to talk about. If this is boring for you guys, just tell me. But yeah, that's what happened. Yeah, I mean, you guys are right, but like, in the server that I'm in, it's a Stoic server, so it's about Stoicism. And like one thing they always like to preach about is like, you can only control yourself, and you can't. I mean, this isn't something we don't already know, but yeah, like you're not in control of other people, and you can only manipulate things that are in your control, which is most of the time only yourself. So you can't, control how a conversation is going to go between, or how a relationship is going to go between two people. So yeah, no, you guys are definitely right. It's just when that sort of thing happens, then you have to start. Well, at least for me, I like to question, hey, like, what could I do to improve that situation? Yeah, they need to be transparent with you as well. I think maybe if I tried to be more, like, if I tried to communicate more, maybe I could avoid that in the future. But like, it's already hard because, oh, you mind sharing that server? Oh, it's a great server. You guys, Chev, it's my favorite server for like non-game dev. It's just philosophy. It's a Stoic. It's based on Stoicism, but you can talk all philosophy, and there's some really open-minded people there. Slightly misogynistic, though. Slightly. I'll say that. But not the main people. Like the main, the stoic gurus are pretty great. I'll send you an invite, Chev. Space and philosophy. I feel like, space and philosophy is also a common interest in, like, engineers or aerospace engineers, and they go really well together. Like they even suggest that engineers take a minor in philosophy, just because it just helps so much with like your approach to things. Yeah, I'm really into philosophy too. Best communication in the world starts with neutral mind, and with a neutral mind, and with your inner communication, within your inner communication. Yeah, for sure. Since we're on the topic of philosophy, I was trying to bring this up too. It was there was this one thing that I was slightly struggling with a while back, maybe like a month ago, and it was like, how do you realize you're a good person? And it kind of like it made me wonder, like, hey, am I really a good person? And I mean, I brought this topic up in the server as well, the philosophy server. Oh, and one thing the one thing that they suggested, or like the number one comment that stood out to me, is that you shouldn't worry too much about what makes a good person, and just try to be a good person. So like, I think most of us know what it means to be a good person, and if you just do that, then you're on the right track. So yeah, just wanted to bring that up too. I could probably go deeper into it, but yeah, it was I don't want to say, maybe, I don't know if I was struggling with it, but it was just on my mind a lot, especially with like everything that's going on in the news, and like, there's so much, I don't like the word, actually, yeah, I guess the word is fine, like triggering news lately, where it's like, damn, like, who's in the right, who's in the wrong. It can be difficult sometimes to figure that out. You still watch news? I don't watch news, but it always leaks. Like, it's not even news anymore. Like, CNN isn't a news channel; it's an entertainment channel. I don't watch CNN, I don't watch Fox, but like, it all leaks through. Yeah, people do take, and that's the thing. Like, I don't want to sound like a pessimist right now, but like being a, like, the main reason why I saw, or like I had a difficulty time figuring out like if I'm a good person, is because like it seems like being a good person is the best thing you can do. Like, it just makes the most sense, and because of that, it could be like, you're being selfish for, I don't know, maybe not being selfish, but it's like, it's in your best interest to be a good person. So like, if it's in your best interest, are you being a good person because it's in your best interest, or are you being a good person because it's inherently good to be a good person? If that makes sense. And I mean, like, from my conclusion, I mean, it's both, but it's kind of hard to differentiate the two, because I don't know, it's kind of like a paradox, at least to me, from how I see it. Yeah, so it's logically good to be it's logical to be a good person, and that's what makes it weird to be a good person, because then it's like oh, this is just the best way to do it. But then, are you a bad, like, let's say you're a bad person, but then you find out that being a good person makes the most logical sense. Then you're like, oh, let me just be a good person because I'm, like, let's say you're a really smart person who's bad, but you're so smart that you realize being good is the most logical thing to do. Maybe to even do more bad things. You know what I mean? That's true too. If you're asking yourself if you're a good person, that could help. I mean, you're probably on the right track. That's something that I also, well, that's something that someone else mentioned too, is that, like, you know, if you're questioning these things, maybe you are a good person, or at least you're trying to be a good person. Another thing, I was gonna bring something up, I already forgot. Oh yeah, I also wanted to bring this up, and another reason for why that came up to me is because I think most people think that they're a good person, but then they might do something bad. But it's more of like these subconscious things that you might do that will like force you to like hypothetically, you might be the best person, or you try to be the best person in the world, but you might subconsciously do something that could be bad for someone. So okay, so here's one example, and this is more of like it's like more about what your values are, but like let's say you value let's say you value the truth above everything else. And so someone tells you a secret that's not true. Or I mean, someone tells you a secret that's true, but it's very bad. And so then you know, because you value truth so much and you think you're being a good person by valuing the truth, you're hurting someone by revealing their secrets that are also true. And so that like might seem like a bad act, but in your eyes, that's good. Or, you know, you could be jealous of someone, and then, you know, you try to be good as possible, but subconsciously you commit an act out of jealousy. And I think I mean, this was like, you can't blame yourself for like things that you've done when you were younger, but like, you know, I feel like at least where I'm from, kids tend to be, I think this is true all around the world, but kids tend to be mean to each other. And so like, you know, if you grow up in an environment where people are mean to each other, you'll start doing mean things, you know, as a response. So yeah. You obviously you grow out of it as you get older, you get smarter. You know, your brain doesn't even fully develop until you're 25. Yeah, it's very easy to like become a bad person if you're not. Actually, I don't know about that. It's like out of habit too. Like I mean, eventually it becomes like, if let's say you were an evil person to begin with, you can consciously make yourself good, and then, you know, eventually it just becomes clockwork. You'll always be a good person out of just habit. But if you out of habit, if you were always a bad person, or like you had bad habits of doing things to people, you might still do those things even if you're consciously trying to be good. Oh yeah, I've heard Jamaica is very, like, people are very friendly over there. But okay, Chev, I have a topic to bring up to you. I've heard that in Jamaica, and I don't mean any offense by this, but I've heard in Jamaica that they're very, like, I don't know if anti-gay is the right word. I mean, like, I guess homophobic. And I've heard, like, there have been, like, some, like, everything is good about Jamaica. No, I don't want to like. I'm not making any claims. This is just what I've heard. But like, I remember hearing like everything is good in Jamaica. Just like I remember, I think I read a post about it on Reddit where it was like, hey, you'll be very welcomed, and the like the communities in Jamaica are very great, but just don't be gay. And I'm just curious to hear your perspective on it, on like a subject like that. Yeah, it is very hard. You don't have to answer it if you don't want to. There are 31 rooms. There are a lot more than 31 rooms. But you know, Chev, I'm completely fine if you don't want to answer it. Or if you do. I'm very neutral. I'm very neutral about these sorts of things. Like, I don't like even in the United States where everything is like so polarizing. I try to be as neutral as possible about it. Like, I understand why some people might want to be homophobic, or like why. I mean, it's more of like, it's not the individual that might be homophobic, but it just might be like how people grew up, or like, you know, obviously religions had stuff to say about it, and if you grow up in that sort of like environment, it's hard to tell people, hey, don't. It's kind of hard to say like, hey, don't be homophobic when that's all you've learned your whole life. It's confusing not to see the YouTube chat in this chat. It's on the bottom right corner. Maybe it's a little too... Here, would you like me to increase it a bit? Maybe that'll... Might be hard to see, to be honest. Are you thinking of putting a story structure in the game once you're done with level making? Yes, that's definitely one of the goals. We're not going to add any dialogue to the game, but there is going to be a story created with just the environment. There will be hopefully NPC interactions and stuff like that. But yeah, there won't be any dialogue, and I'm hoping to create a story with just the visuals and stuff like that. And if you've heard of Hyperlight Drifter, the way they have dialogue in their game is basically, it's like unreadable text. I was thinking of including unreadable text as well. And the only way you can tell tones and like, you know, how people react to you is by, if you've heard of Celeste, they also have this way of like playing through characters, which is like these like, it's like beep beep boop 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 boop. Like I can't do it justice, but actually I think we have it in our game. Here, I'll play it. We definitely do have it in our game, but I might have disabled it a while ago. Thanks for stopping by, Worm Juice Dev. My view on it is that you love who you love, but I just grew up straight, so coming to the US and seeing it everywhere took some time to get to terms with. Yeah, that's completely understandable. But like I said, I'm pretty neutral about it. I don't really like that conversation that we had earlier, where it's like you know, you can't control people outside of your you can only control yourself. So you know, you can get mad about what other people think, or try to change their opinions. Oh shit. I think we might have deleted the... Oh, no, we didn't. Okay. Okay, so yeah, this was what I was talking about with that sound. When we talk to NPCs, we can change like the pitch of all of these sounds. So like if something is angry, it'll make a different sound. And I think we're actually going to get rid of this text too. We'll see. It'd be nice if there was no text in this game at all besides like the menu and stuff. That sound was harsh. Maybe I'll fix it up a bit. It's using a certain WAV file that I just found online. So yeah, I definitely probably should fix it. We'll probably make something more... Yeah, it'd have to be a cuter sound, in my opinion. Everything can be told in sounds/animation. I think so too. Especially with a topic like this. I don't think words need to be said. Oh yeah, exactly. And then when you go into that secret jar room, you can tell they're all happy to be there. It's very heartwarming. Maybe we'll do that same thing here with these cats. Like eventually you could find a room with all the cats that you've saved. If you're familiar with sound design, you have attack time, sustain, and fall off time. I've actually not worked too much with sounds. I usually just find sounds online and add them to the game. But yeah, you might be right. Sound is something that we definitely need to work on in the game, for sure. Even like the spring sounds, dying sounds, stuff like that. I have a friend who wants to help out with the sounds, but he's pretty busy. We're not in any rush, but yeah, I think he does want to do some of it. I bought this this software called 1-Bit Dragon. It was on sale a while back. It's like a music editing software, but they have like a bunch of sounds included. I was thinking of importing some of those sounds into the game. Alright, I've been getting so distracted with our conversations and everything. I actually don't know what we want to do with these rooms here. Problem is I try to learn everything, but not able to master anything. I'm better at 3D dough more than anything else, so I believe. Yeah, I mean, you know that saying, like, jack of all trades, master of none, but then there's like that additional quote where it's like, but often better a master of one. So I think it's best that you're not like, you know, a complete master at, let's say, Godot, or a complete master at programming, because, you know, I've seen, you know, you're good at programming, but you're also really good at 3D modeling and stuff like that. So I think you're on the right track, you know. And what is this playlist? I will send... quote continues. Honestly, I don't know if the quote continues. But I've heard it that way. Like, I remember it was very recent that I've heard it, like a continuation of that quote. So I don't know if someone just added to the quote or if it's like something that was always there. Honestly, I feel like it was recently added. Because I feel like I would have heard that earlier. Or like even you didn't know that it continued. So yeah. But yeah, there is now there's a continuation of the quote. Probably gonna start streaming. Or are you gonna start streaming on Sunday? Let me know when you stream. By the way, I'm like, I've been streaming a lot on YouTube and Twitch lately, but I'm like, I myself am almost never on YouTube and Twitch. But I would love to like watch your streams. So like, honestly, just send me a DM when you do start streaming. I'd love to watch it. And if you stream on Twitch, I'll raid you, because I've been trying to figure out how to raid, or I want to raid people, but whenever I'm done with my stream, no one that I know seems to be streaming. So if you ever want to grab the same audience that's watching my stream right now, stream after me if you want to. I think we're in the same time zone too. Your devlog 5. Are you doing it on? Have you been doing more YouTube Shorts? Oh my goodness! Keep dying here. What's going on? We could technically just dash up here. Oh, no, we can't. I don't think I changed any of our dash values here. Maybe I'm just bad. We could technically do that. streaming on Twitch, I mean on YouTube, I feel like you might as well stream on Twitch as well. OBS has this. I might have mentioned this before, but there's a software, this platform called Restream, which is what I'm using right now. I'm sure there's other software out there. Oh, I remember Sparky mentioned that he wanted better Twitch TV on the stream as well. Need to fix that as well. All right, let's stop playtesting here. Are you going to start making shorts? Is that like the next step? Decided to focus just on YouTube. Yeah, that makes sense. I think YouTube has been growing a lot more too. In the like streaming field. Like, yeah, Twitch, it seems like it's super saturated right now. Everything is super saturated. Didn't know you could climb hours of jump dashing wasted. Yeah, it's a new mechanic. I need to figure out how to implement it in a way, or like introduce the mechanic in a way for the player to realize that it's an important mechanic. But yeah, it's hard to do that with no text or like constant reminders. And even when you introduce the mechanic at the beginning, people tend to forget. Like, I'll have my friends playtesting the game, and after a while they'll forget that they could climb up. The thing is, I want to do videos sometimes and not always streams. Yeah, I can see that. Videos seem to have more important content. I need to get better at making these rooms. I feel like this is pretty low quality right now. It's nothing compared to the other rooms we've made. I should convert these into light nodes too. Maybe we'll do that pretty soon. What is low quality? Not the art itself. I don't want to offend you, Sparky. I meant like the design of these rooms is low quality. Like what I'm doing right now is low quality. Oh, you know, this would look pretty cool. You'd have to make sure for a certain, like for these objects, we might want to keep this in the foreground. and so it would pop up in front of the player. But we'd have to. I'd probably want to make a foreground tile map for this to work properly. You're right, I could say that, but no. It's literally like I need to figure out what to do here. Take some time. Right now I'm just placing objects and I mean, it's nice to have, but yeah, I'd like for them to be prettier. I will say this though, I just noticed that this little thing here is proportionally a lot bigger than the rest of the assets. Honestly, I think it looks good like this because you still like in terms of lighting, this isn't an interactable object, and so the only objects in our game that are like bright are things that the player could collide with, or things that the player, yeah, basically only things that the player can collide with are things that light up, and this isn't one of those items. I see. Yeah, there's it looks really nice. Honestly, you don't have to worry about like making a different version either. Maybe we could even keep this in the. I would love to make like a giants, like a world of giants. Maybe we could keep that in the world of giants. Oh, I see. They're supposed to be tiled. I didn't realize. Okay. So yeah, with this in mind, I'll probably want to make another tile map for foreground objects, or like foreground decoration objects. Let me see if there are other objects like that we might want to. Yeah, I think that's the only one, at least right now. We might want to add more later on. Maybe like, you know how some games have like huge foreground objects that are like, it'll block out the screen, or it'll be like a black object. It's basically like the outline or like the silhouette of a of like a pillar, and then when you walk through it, it's like black in that part of the screen. You don't need a tile map for that. It's just 3 blocks. The reason why, like, the way I have things set up in Godot is that like if you wanted to draw it like that, you would need to make a tile map. Like right now, it'll just do that. And Chev, you should totally make a 2D game. I watched a GDC where they say come up with a name for your level and then design the name in mind. That's a good idea. You know, we could even do this for our tile map right here. We can actually just make an auto tile right now. We would just have to delete this here. Make a new auto tile. Capture this little section right here. Oh, nope. Like that. New auto tile, like that. Set the mip mask to like that. This would be that. Oh, the only thing is there is a pixel gap. I'm not sure if this will work. Let's just try it. I mean, there should be a pixel gap usually when you're making bit masks, but it might just work like this. No, it won't. I wonder why, actually. But yeah, usually having a pixel gap in our tile set fixes that. But I won't worry about it just now. Yeah, I think the way it looks like right now is perfect, and it helps with like our like deadlines or our ever-changing deadlines. But yeah, I think it's good the way it is. That way, the thing is, if you up the art too much, then you have to scale the gameplay with it. So like obviously like I think our mechanics are really good, but if you were to scale the mechanics, if you were to scale up the art, then the mechanics also have to improve drastically. And I think, like I said, I do take pride in the mechanics, but I don't want to, like, if you have really good mechanics and decent art, I think that makes a good game. If you have really good art and bad mechanics, I think that makes a not good game. And I mean, obviously, like really good art and decent mechanics would be all right too. But I think if we set the bar low for, this is nowhere near being like low art, but if you catch my drift, like having like minimalistic art and really good mechanics, I think appeals more, in my opinion. Yeah, the left one is swapped with the right one. I'll have to make a new tile map with the pixel gap because it doesn't seem like it's working properly here. I don't know why the left one works fine and the right one bugging out. Yeah. Oh, and yeah, Chev. I agree. There's this one thing that I watched the creator of Celeste mention how they like worked on their game, and what they do is they divide their game into like here. Let me bring out the MS Paint for you guys. Seems like I'm not getting much game dev done today, but that's fine. So what they do is like they have their whole game. This is the whole game, and then inside their whole game, they have each of their chapters. So like let's say there's 3 chapters. There's 3 chapters, and then inside each of these chapters, there's sections within their room. So then let's say there's 3 in here, 3 in here, 3 in here, and then for each one of these, there's 3 rooms. Hard to draw. But basically what you do is, so this is the main chapter, the main game, then this is the chapter, then each of these areas is like a section that has its own story. So then if we look at our game, this is what I've been trying to implement with our game, is like this whole section right here is like it's the introduction, but it's also the least significant part of the world. It's like the storage area. And then as we get closer, this whole area right here is like the living area. And then you end up in the library. This is like the entrance to the library, but the entrance to the library is actually going to be the second chapter, where we introduce like this zipline mechanic. But yeah, and within that section, within this thing that I was drawing, within that you have each of your rooms, and you want each of your rooms to have like their own mini story to them as well. So yeah, you're right about that, Chef. So with rooms like this, there isn't going to be much. There aren't going to be any furniture pieces really, because it's already so dense, and there aren't too many like platforms that the player could stand on. That's fine. Same with this one. Same with this one. Same with like all of these really. Yeah, honestly, there isn't much stuff we could put into these levels. I think what we'll do with these areas is there's going to be more background art. So like the portraits that you're making Sparky and stuff like that will be in these levels here. Will I add an arc jump? So the way the jumps currently work is there is momentum and there is friction, but because this is like a platform or like it's supposed to be a responsive type platformer, you should be able to like move your direction. Is this what you mean? So like if I'm jumping to the right and then I immediately press left, I can move back. I could manipulate the friction values here and slow it down, but certain levels require the player to like move quickly. So like over here, let me see if I can find a nice room that explains or that shows why you want like fast moving mechanics rather than something that's more realistic. Oh. But like even here, like, you know, I dash and I made a mistake. Maybe I want to go back, or see if I can find something better. Or actually, it might be right here. You know, I dash forward and then maybe I want to move back really quick to hit that trampoline right there. So it's kind of hard to manage realism with like responsive movement. Yeah, it's kind of like making multiple demo games and combining them together. You, NS, you mentioned being more intuitive. So I'm not sure. I feel like the way that I have it right now is more intuitive. Maybe it's a matter of just perspective. Maybe I'm not seeing what you're seeing. But yeah, like I feel like it's a lot easier, I think, for the player to realize or like to have the ability to move back. Otherwise, there would be a lot of frustrating moments. Like even here, like let's say you dash. When you dash, you bounce off the wall, and not being able to move back to the wall after making a mistake might be hard. Hey, how's it going, SR? Hey, SR, are you SR from Solo Dev? Oh, how's it going, man? Welcome. Yeah, we're not doing much game dev, to be honest. I've kind of just been chatting with with everyone watching, and then dying over and over in our game. But yeah, we are working a little. I'm trying to actually release another demo today. I kind of want to release a new demo every Friday. There won't be too many changes, but we did fix up a lot of like the beginning chapters. And we updated the light nodes here. Let's see if I can find. That's probably what we should be adding to the game as well. Some more checkpoints and stuff. So yeah, right now, each of our checkpoints are at the entrance of each of these doors, but then sometimes we'll have more of them. In the like longer rooms. Let's see if I can find one real quick. So yeah, I really like the way these beginning rooms look, and then as we slowly progress throughout the levels, they decrease in quality. In my opinion, they don't look as nice. Oh, so we have one right here. I don't think we need one right here. It looks a little kind of unnecessary, but I also don't think they clash well together with background objects like this. So we might want to make this either bigger and put a checkpoint right there instead. Oh yeah, and yeah, NS. I think this is a good example of what I was talking about, where moving back is a really good option because you might dash forward way too much, and then you want to move back slightly just to hit that spring there. Actually, ideally, you want to make the level design good enough where the player doesn't have to move back. So like their timing should be perfect with where the spring is. But personally, it's been kind of hard to like figure out what those values are. And I made this little thing to help me. Like we basically track how far a dash is. And so like right there, the length was perfect. But then if we restart it, try it again. Like let's say I jumped into it and then I went like that. Then you'll see that our dash ends here, but we enter the fall state here. And technically you could jump down, but you'll see from like what my pathing looked like, it seemed like I was more, well, at a certain point I was here from the dash, and entering the fall state I was right here, and then I slowly moved back to the left to hit this. And so ideally you'd want your player to dash and immediately hit this spot right there, but it's really hard to like figure out what those values need to be. Or like we could technically push this this spring or like this entire section one tile ahead, and more people would die here if they're too short, but yeah, it's hard. It's hard to figure out those values. I'm hoping with enough playtesting, and with this I could like record people's gameplay. Maybe I can figure out what might be best for people. But yeah, like right there, it was perfect. But honestly, I think it's only perfect because I played this game so much. I'm a platforming god. All right, I'll see you around, Chev. Thanks for stopping by, man. I'm like stuttering my own words. But yeah, so we have these new lighting nodes set up. And I think that's gonna be like the major point of our new update. And a lot of these rooms are fixed up too, like they're a little nicer too. And the background looks really nice, I think. Oh, there's one other thing we're probably gonna add next week, and that's the parallax. I think the parallax will look really good. I used to have a parallax, but it was really hard on the CPU or on the GPU. Actually, since it was a shader. Let's edit some more of these rooms and finish up our demo here. Let's see. I am going to get rid of all of these new lamp nodes. And so right now, the only working light nodes that we have are from our checkpoints here. I'd like to add more, but we need to make sure that we differentiate the two. So like some light nodes will just be light, and then other times they'll be like dynamic ones, like from our checkpoint here. I was thinking of also introducing like a hard mode where you only get your dash back from entering one of these collision boxes. So you can, from going from this room to this room, you can only dash once. And honestly, most of our game we don't need any dashes. Like you could actually get through a lot, like the majority of these rooms without dashing ever. It just takes some practice and just knowing the mechanics. Yeah, jump dashing doesn't seem to be an option. Yeah, I do need to fix some of that. Like you can even see in this room here, um, I added some spikes here so that people couldn't, like technically you could jump and then dash to this platform, but watching people playtest, I noticed that a lot of people, they instead of using the mechanics correctly, they loved to crawl up here and then jump all the way over here. And what was even more frustrating is that they didn't realize that like hitting a roof would make you hit the roof, and then none of your dash or none of your jump would actually add to your distance. So they would jump, hit this roof, and then it'd basically be like you were falling and jumping straight down to hit this platform. So I tried to like discourage it as much as possible. So yeah, I am in the polishing state, but I'm only in the polishing state of making the demo. I mean, I've made so many demos, but this is like, I'm trying to make, I don't know if you've heard, but I'm trying to either get a publisher to like fund the game, or I want to start a Kickstarter. Well, I want to do both, but yeah, the Kickstarter is like one of our main goals right now. And so I really want to make the demo look like, super, super good. There's still so many chapters that I have to make. Well, if you, SR, if you want, we are going to do the game jam pretty soon, if that is something that you're interested in. But yeah, I get that. Also, you work full time too, so it's completely understandable not to like fully commit to like a huge project. Everyone say hi to one of my childhood friends, Hellspawn. He's telling me to get on Valorant right now and end my stream early. Maybe I'll turn this into a Valorant stream. Maybe I'll start streaming Valorant. This is going to be version 2.2. Yeah, there aren't too many changes in this version that I'm about to release. The only thing that's going to change is the aesthetic, like the background and stuff. The background and then the new checkpoints. Yeah, can you believe that? I have friends. Childhood friends. Honestly, it's hard to have friends nowadays, I guess because of the pandemic. Well, yeah, definitely because of the pandemic. It's hard to make new friends. Most of the new friends that I made were either from college. Yeah, mostly from college. But even them, I don't talk to that often. The only new friends that I make now are like other game devs and artists and stuff like that. people in the game dev world. Honestly, I don't have much to do here. The rest is just polishing, and the thing is, polishing levels is so easy. Well, like, it is easy, it's just tedious. So maybe I will take a break here, and it's kind of hard too, because like none of these rooms need changing. I do want. So you guys heard that? Well, Sparky. I don't know if anyone else is here, but that conversation with that artist. I don't want to use his art anymore, just because we ended on such a weird note that I don't want to like, use his stuff. I feel like it's kind of implied. Hey, if we end on a bad note, don't use my stuff. So I had this was a. I'll try to make the long story short, but basically, I had someone helping me with the game a while back, and he made a bunch of assets. And honestly, I loved the dude. He was like, I think we vibed very well. But at a certain point, he kind of, I don't want to say he ghosted me, but communication was pretty difficult. Like he would only message me like once every other week. And so like since then I found someone like I found other people to help me with like assets, especially Sparky. Sparky's been helping me with a lot of the assets. And so since he hasn't messaged me, I still update the server, and I posted some of the assets that Sparky has made since then. And I think that was the final straw for him. I think where well, he sent me a message asking. Well, he sent on the server asking, how did you get these assets? And I actually didn't see them. This is in hindsight. This is me speaking like from present day today. Yes, this happened yesterday, where he told me that he's disappointed in my lack of honesty and communication. But honestly, I didn't see his message yesterday. But I told, like, if anything, it seemed like he was the one avoiding me, because I did message him a few times, and like I said, he would only reply every other week. So yeah, I would have loved to keep working with him, but yeah, it's kind of unfortunate that it happened, or it ended the way it did. Yeah, Sparky's been great. But yeah, it made me like, you sort of have to start. I mean, people. I've brought this conversation up to a few people, and I think I've been reassured that, like, things like this are not in your control. Obviously, you can't control how other people are going to react, even if it seems like, even if it seems like it could have been avoided. But still, yeah. All right, sounds good, Hellspawn. I'll probably join in like an hour or so. I still haven't eaten anything today. Yeah, it has made me like, even though it was a weird interaction and I shouldn't let it affect me too much. There are still some improvements I need to make. So like maybe I do need to be, I do need to communicate more with like the team and everything like that. So yeah, I'm gonna try my best to fix that up. You can put some furniture here. I love adding these boxes to the game. I think they look nicest. Like in terms, like all the assets look nice, but in terms of like placing them, they always look satisfying. Yeah, we could voice chat later today if we're both free. which I'm sure we will. I'm always, or almost always in front of my computer. Yeah, they don't need me anymore. I'm just a number to them. I'm a fifth. Oh, yeah. Oh, you're talking about these boxes. I thought you were talking about Hellspawn. It's always like that. It's like we need a fifth. We need a fifth. Like that's the number one thing that's said on the Discord. And that means we need a fifth player for our Valorant team. I'll see you around, SR. Thanks for stopping by. It is because they're squared, and it adds like a whole lot. Like every one of these sections can be like every one of these areas can be manipulated. Like they'll never look the same. But you know, if you have like a table, the table is always going to have like something on top of it, or like a furniture piece is hard to like add some variations to it. But what I think I might do actually is I'm gonna set up. I want to try making some code that can like randomize all of the little objects inside. There's so much to do though. Like it would be nice, but you know, spending time on that takes away from time, you know, polishing the levels. We only have so much time in our day. Yeah, I just realized we're using the furniture tile map, and we should be using the box tile map. That way these get flipped. But I'll just stick to this for now. Maybe furniture in our game will be a rare sight. So what I was thinking of doing is we could make a bunch of our light nodes. Like let's say we technically wanted to make this jar a light node. I would add something in the background to make it light up and dim down. And so like this whole section would represent a checkpoint there. Oh yeah, that happens a lot, especially in Valorant. If I'm not doing well, I always say like, hey, I'm taking a break. Although our friend group is very like adamant about keeping members if you don't have a fifth. So like even if you're that's what's nice about it, is that there's no pressure to do really well. I mean sometimes there is, but like for the most part, if you're doing bad, it's fine. It's just sometimes you'll get yelled at if you're not performing. But there's no pressure to. You know it's bad when someone is doing really well and they leave. Like so like you guys will play together, and you're doing fine if everyone still stays with the team after the game is over. But if someone leaves, then you're like, oh yeah, we're not performing, or let's say I'm doing bad, I'm not performing, the other people on the team are going to leave, which is fine with me. But most of the time I would have preferred to leave if we could find a replacement, but sometimes that doesn't happen. I don't get mad. I just get I just tell myself, hey, I need a break, because I know I'm decent at the game. I just got, well, I don't know what people consider good or bad, but I just got gold, and that was, I felt like that was an achievement. And I just started, by the way. I just started playing Valorant. Like this season was my first season. So put some more time into it. Maybe I'll get, hopefully maybe I'll get plat. We'll see. Gotta make sure that you're working hard, but also playing hard. Yeah, I mean, being competitive is good. Like you do want to put some pressure into it, but it's also just a video game at the end of the day. So like you don't have to put too much stress on yourself. Like I was happy to get gold, but at the same time, if I didn't get gold, it's not like it's the end of the world, you know. I'd rather have that competitive mentality for my game, or like, you know, I mean, it's hard to be competitive with game dev because it's like, I mean, you can be competitive in the industry, like, hey, this needs to be better, but it's such a slow game, you know what I mean, that it's like there's no active competitiveness in FPS games. You're like constantly trying to, you know, defeat the other team. Oh, we got to remove this here too. But yeah, I think I am going to take a break here. I am pretty tired. Let's see, it's 3:05 right now. I do want to release the demo today, so maybe like in another hour or so. We'll see. I'll try to stream again, finish up. Maybe honestly, we don't have to finish too much up. There's not much left here. I'll just fix up the second chapter a bit, and then we'll post another update. In Discord a list of pixel art you want, so I can keep on going. Yeah, sure. I am going to take a break. Right now I'm probably not going to be in front of my computer, but I will let you know. Alright, I'll see you guys.